And welcome back, my friends, to Silky Intuitive. This is a reading meant for the sign of Libra. Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and Libra Rising. One moment, please. All right, let's take a moment. Cleansing the cards a bit. All right, now, a couple of pieces of business, just short ones. First one. After this reading, I'm going to go over to Vimeo and I'm going to do a special extended reading on focusing on love for the same time period as this, which is September 24th through October 1st. That's going to be the Focus Love. Again, that's at Vimeo. Along with a lot of other readings that I have over there. If you're getting a divorce, there are readings for that. Buying a home, I think there's something there. Relocating. I think we've got something about children, having children, the inner child. There's a whole bunch of stuff over there. Money, career, finance, goals, whatever it is that you're looking for information, sooner or later, it's going to show up over at my Vimeo channel. If you want some really different videos. Readings meant just for your sun, moon, and rising signs. Though you can find those over at Vimeo. Now, if you want a private reading, something where I can focus in on your questions, your concerns, and your birth sign information, I produce videos. Now, I'm going to answer a question that I've been getting a lot lately. Why don't I do live readings? Number one, I deal with a very stubborn spirit guide. Now, he's very resistant to additional voices. He shuts up and sits in a corner. And when I'm reading for you, I don't want that energy. That's why I do videos. Number one is because I depend on my channel, even though I can read the cards. I really count on his voice. His words. I'm guided by them, and so I need him. And so we're gonna go with the fact that my guide doesn't like phone readings. Number two, where I live, I can't get Skype. If you can get Skype, it's a terrible, terrible signal. And what else? Right. Other than the fact, I think video is perfect. It focuses on your questions, on your concerns. All of your information is sent to me prior to the reading. I do a focused meditation on your letters, your concerns, your information, and in the silence of my home, Michael and I produce a reading meant just for you. Now, one more thing, do I need to? Yes, my Weebly channel. I have recently lowered my prices. As long as the economy is fighting with all of us, I figured it was time to give in and lower my prices for you guys, and that's what I've done. And again, take advantage of those prices. And that, again, is the Weebly link down below. One more issue. Listen, I know that it's, again, the economy is hard. It's tough to deal with. And I'm going to just talk to those who have ordered invoices from me and not paid them. Please pay those invoices. When I reserve a invoice for you, that means I'm taking time out and setting it aside for at least 48 hours, waiting for a paid invoice to come through. When those invoices don't come, I have kind of wasted my time. And so please pay your invoices if you're holding on to them. I really don't mind being patient, but when they start getting, when they start growing hair, and they get to be a month, 2 months, even 3 months old and longer, I have to start being concerned. Please pay them. Now, other than that, That's all I want to say right now. Let's get on to your reading. I want 9 cards down for you. I'm going in here. We're going to look at the past, Libra. The 8 of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. Libra, what are we doing here? Why are we feeling stuck? Are you feeling stuck in your job, in your career? Is there something in your life that's lacking movement, especially where your money is concerned? Are you maybe seeking a new way of earning money? Are you looking for some new investments even? Because it feels to me, Libra, like you're not going anywhere. Something in your life that you're looking for movement in just is not going anywhere. It feels stuck. It feels almost it feels like you're maybe facing some sort of financial holdup or financial difficulties. I'm going to take clarifier on this right away. The Queen of Clubs, the 9 of Swords, and the Jack of Diamonds. So in this period of non-movement, whatever that means to you, you really want to go forward. You really want to change a situation in your life, whatever that is. Professionally, you're stuck somewhere. The 9 of Swords is saying that now it's starting to affect you. It may be affecting your sleep patterns. It may be affecting your thinking. Whatever is going on for Libra, where I think the home is concerned, money, your direction in life, this is definitely the Knight of Pentacles is all about the slow movement. He's here twice. So you're feeling, Libra, like you're physically stuck somewhere in your movement. Maybe you want to physically make a move to another home and you're feeling stuck in the place that you're at. I do want to say, though, I think the action of the Queen of Wands kind of says, I'm going to push through this phase no matter what it is, no matter what is being handed to me. I can push through this, although your mental state feels a little kind of blah, you know, you're feeling a little all over the place, Libra, over whatever is the stalemate you're at, whatever stagnation you're facing right now. You're feeling like you need to move, you want to move, but you just cannot. Now, this is past energy, so you may be falling away from that now, or something new might be happening. Let's see what else I've got for you, Libra. Oh, by the way, Libra, my schedule is changing, so all of the videos will be coming either in groups of 2, or in groups of 6, or in groups of 4. It's either going to be 3 groups of 4 or 2 groups of 6. I haven't figured it out yet. My schedule is going through a change. The Page of Pentacles. What are you doing here? There's something here. I think you're like the delivery. You're the bearer of news, almost, where security, foundation, well-being is concerned. There's a big concern around well-being, and it doesn't have to be just yours. You know, the 9 of Swords can talk about agony on a bigger scale, on a global scale even. When I read tornadoes and hurricanes, the 9 of Swords very often comes through, because it's disaster sometimes on a bigger scale, on a global scale, with the Nine of Swords. I think what you're offering here in the past has been a promising beginning, but now here currently we're facing the same kind of slow energy, slow progress on whatever this is you're doing here, but I think there's still something that doesn't want to move along no matter how hard you push it through. I don't know if I feel the movement coming through. And now we have the Two of Wands and the Fool. Now, interesting that you're dealing with this foolish energy around you. Or maybe it's simply taking a dare, taking a risk, taking a chance, moving maybe in a different direction, something out of the ordinary, unconventional is the word I'm looking for. If you're trying something unconventional to move yourself out of a period of stagnation, the choice in the middle is there. It's a pretty, it feels like a positive movement towards the result. But I think there's a flash of genius here, or some idea that's going to bring the harmony back to the situation. It's deeply rooted to home, foundation, benefits, security. And you may very well be dealing with this very high risk kind of foolish energy. Maybe that's where you're pushing back, is against this Fool. If I had to say on a larger scale, this would be Donald Trump, and this would be the economy taking a hit, making a suffering because of the way that he's frightening the shit out of people. I'm finding that more and more, even though you hear the craziest stuff on TV through the news. They're saying stuff like, oh, everything is doing great. People are just having a great old life. And when I talk to people, there's misery, there's suffering, they're scared. They don't know what the current environment is bringing to their future. And so on a very large scale, doesn't have to be on a small scale. We're dealing with people with foolish intentions who are trapping us into lives with far less security than we had hoped for. And that's really where this message is going. And Libra is always the right fighter. You guys are always the ones who are standing up and saying, I'm going to stand up for the greater good. I'm going to wear this badge for everyone. And so I feel almost, Libra, there's a widespread kind of feeling that through your actions, maybe you can bring hope and a feeling of release or even relief to someone, because we're going through some really very mentally trying times where home is concerned, where money is concerned, and where security is concerned for whoever I'm speaking to. Now here's the Two of Wands yet again, saying that you can expect that choices are going to be made. The Two of Swords. But there's a stalemate. It's the holdup. It's the mental frustration here that has things in kind of a holding pattern. And the Three of Pentacles. Working with others. Collaborating to find the answers to whatever it is that's holding us up. I almost feel this is on maybe a corporate level or within a business, the inner workings maybe of a business, if it isn't on a larger scale. The community, the block you live in, the city even that you live in. We're all experiencing these energies on very large scales right now. And so we are having these experiences with our neighbors. We're not just in the suffering alone. And that's the message I want to bring more than anything here. The Queen of Cups, the voice of love, the voice of understanding, the hand to hold, the comfort, the nurturing. So maybe you're fulfilling, I almost feel like you feel like it's your duty to be the loving hand, to be the kind support, to be the energy, that nurturing energy that binds people together, that brings the collective even together. You may even have a bigger voice in the situation that I'm thinking. But I feel your nurturing involvement in whatever this is. Fighting the good fight. The Nine of Wands. The card of going through the resistance. Putting up the fight. Dealing with the battle. And standing out in front of everything that you've endured and saying, you know, here I am. I may be beaten up. I may have the scars to show it, but damn it, I'm still here. I'm still standing. And frankly, you're making some pretty powerful choices here too about your world. I see that the struggle, though, interesting. And I hate this right now, but I think I can get what this is about. The Eight of Cups. Now, on a very large scale, the Eight of Cups is about abandonment. It's about walking away. And typically, it means you've walked away from a love interest on a very larger, more general scale. It's leaving behind something that you put your heart and soul into. Maybe having to give up the struggle. Maybe the struggle is over. Finally, maybe there's a resolution to the struggle, because my contemporary reading of the Eight of Cups is this. You're leaving behind a whole bundle of heartfelt energy here with the Eight of Cups. But you're walking towards fulfillment. You're walking towards gold. You're walking towards the gain, the fulfillment. So honestly, this is, I want to say it's coming through on the other side of the struggle. I want to say what you're leaving behind here is the hard work, but the pride in knowing that something good is on the horizon is the way I would like to read that. Now I'm going to take a clarifier on this, and then I'll grab some Gypsy Oracle. Because honestly, this is really about fighting the good fight. Being stuck maybe in a battle that you really don't want to be in. Honestly. But you put yourself through the battle, and at some point in the future, because you stood out, because you took a risk, because you decided to resist, you're walking towards something better here. I really want to believe that. Now, I'm going to take a look here at these three. Can I get three clarifiers here 1, 2, and this is a single. It's perfect. The 5 of Swords. Now, that's sitting down, or rather standing up and facing your enemy. This is looking your enemy square in the eye and having the confrontation. And sometimes the confrontation is ugly, but there's always a resolution. This is always the resolution. The Wild card. The Wild card is a positive, powerful energy because it's kind of on the level of the Joker or the Magician, because he is it's the card of manifesting. But with the Wild card, you can expect almost anything to happen at any time. This is a card that says, don't set your watch on the unpredictable, because you can expect something totally out of the blue, totally unexpected to happen during this part of the journey. And the 10 of Pentacles, which is interesting to me, because yes, it talks about the family, but let's broaden that scope for just a minute. So since we are getting out there on a very broad, almost kind of global scale, with the kind of stagnant energy we're dealing with on so many levels in so many places. The 10 of Pentacles is about the family of man. It is mankind. It's about global humanity. It's about reaching out to others in faraway places to be of assistance. It's that card that binds us all on a very human level. And that's why I like it here if we're talking about things happening on a very large scale. We as individuals, me and you, holding hands, building a bridge in order to sort of correct course. I always think we've kind of gotten off of course as human beings. And so I think what we're going to be looking at, and hopefully in the future, is a change in the way we deal with one another without conflict, without the conflict, without the threats, without the ugly words. Okay, let me get a clarifier on this, because I'm almost going to say that this is about humanity more than anything, Libra. If this is speaking to you personally, you're an activist, you're part of the resistance maybe, maybe you are embracing anti-fascism, maybe you're preaching the gospel of socialism. There's a lot going on out there, and we have a lot of ways that we need to be looking at things right now. Melancholy, longing for days gone by. And isn't that kind of, I mean, isn't that natural when we're going through something like this? Cheerfulness. Now this tells me that this situation, I think, is going to lead for happiness for a group of people. Can't say exactly who that group is, but someone is going to be extremely happy at the end of this journey, whatever it is. But then we have consolation. And this, to me, says that somebody's going to be happy and somebody isn't. Maybe some people will pay a price for their misdeeds. Maybe some people won't. Some people may get the long arm of the law handed to them. And some people aren't going to suffer one bit. That's quite a message. Libra, thank you for carrying it this week. If this made no sense to you, it wasn't meant to. Check out your other signs, your moon, your rising. I know sometimes these readings can be quite bizarre, and they're meant to be because it's a message for someone. So check out your moon and your rising. If this didn't make sense and it was your sun sign, maybe there's a message there for you that's going to make more sense. And let's see what else. Take care of our fellow man. Let's check on our neighbors. I think that's a good thing to do. It's almost 100 degrees here today where I live, so you know what? I'm going to go knock on my neighbor's door with a pitcher of lemonade in a little while, and I'm going to make sure that she's okay. And I think that's a good thing for all of us to do if we're experiencing something in our community. And until the next time, guys, take a look at your love reading if you want to. Be well. Libra, peace.